Hey, what is up, guys? It's CI Scam here today with another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare episode for you. So today we're playing on the map Terrace, and I'm using the KF5. I end up going on like a 34 kill streak, something like that, with this gun. It's a very, very good gun. It's definitely one of my favorite guns in the game. Definitely my favorite SMG in the game, and it's also just a gun that can go toe-to-toe with the ASM-1. Probably the only SMG that has like the best chance out of all the SMGs to beat out the ASM-1 on a head-to-head gunfight. Most of the time you won't win that gunfight, but if you're good enough, you can, kind of outplay your opponent. But, for the most part, you're probably going to lose that gunfight. But still, this is a fun gun to use, and it's definitely one of my favorites. And that's why you're going to be seeing it. That's why you've been seeing it a lot lately. And a lot of my gameplays recently, I've been using this weapon. Just because, I tend to go on little things where, like one gun is my favorite gun for a little while, and then I switch up, and another gun's my favorite gun for a little while. And I do that a lot. And so, you'll kind of notice that a lot of my gameplays, kind of like, You'll know like when I got the gameplay a lot of times, because it'll be like the same gun that I use for a little while. But I do like to switch it around, and I don't like to use the same gun all the time. But for the moment, this is definitely my favorite gun in the game. Anyway, so I end up going on a big streak in this game, and I'm playing with my friends Rob and Scott. As usual, I'm playing with them. And I'm also playing with another guy named Simon. Now, Simon is Rob's friend who he played Ghost with, and they were actually in a clan on Call of Duty Ghost. And they ended up getting up into like the Diamond division of Ghost, so they were a very good clan. And we were hoping that Simon was gonna join our clan and help us out with clan wars, but he ended up having his own clan. He's gonna stick with them, But if he ever wants to come over to our side, then we definitely would welcome him into our clan, because we could always use more people. But anyways, so in this match, I am using the KF5 with a foregrip and advanced rifle. And that's probably my favorite setup to use on the KF5. It's really good because the KF5 doesn't have as much range as some other SMGs, and so the advanced rifling helps out a lot with that. And also, there's just gonna be some gunfights that you have to like take part in, and that might be at like the extent of your range. And advanced rifling is always gonna help you with that. And the foregrip keeps it level, and because the KF5 does have some kick on it, so if you're not used to that, definitely throw on foregrip. I usually just use that to make it easier on me. And in this gameplay, you'll see me kind of get a little bit campy. I usually, I don't like to camp. It's the worst thing you can absolutely do in Call of Duty. It's the absolute worst thing. I lose respect for a player if I see him camping. It's I kind of just lose respect for that player, and I don't see him as much of a player anymore. But anyways, like when I'm on a bigger streak like this, you basically have to camp if you want to continue that streak in this game, at least. In most Call of Duties, you have to do that, especially in this game, though, because this game is so fast paced that if you try like pushing and rushing really heavily with while you're on, well, really whenever, but especially when you're on a big streak, you're gonna get off that streak very quickly, because you're just not gonna be able to maintain this streak when you're trying to take on the entire enemy team at once. It just doesn't work out. And in this game, I find that what happens is a lot of people do what I call a hand holding. People just run around together, and they all just hold hands, and you'll come up against 2 or 3 at a time. Sometimes even like 4 people are running together at one time. And so I really advise you not to just rush in on a spot, especially when you're on a big streak, unless you're just looking to die, because you're gonna come up against multiple people most of the time, and these people are more than likely gonna kill you. So when I get on my bigger streaks, you'll see me kind of slow down. My gameplay starts slowing down, and I check my surroundings a lot more, and I become a little more aware of what's going on around me. And to be honest, I should probably play like that like most of the time. But I guess I'm a little too ADHD to do that, and I can't sit still in the same area for one spot. I need to be running around the map, and I can't stand looking like a camper, and so I don't like doing that. So I'm always on the move. But when I get on these bigger streaks, I do tend to slow it down and kind of just let them come to me instead of me coming to them, because when they come to you, they're gonna be a little more unprepared than you going to them. And if you have your gun up and they're running towards you, you're most likely going to win that gunfight if you can just hit your shots on them. So it's all about letting them kind of get to you, and if they're running, they're going to most likely lose that gunfight because you're ready and they're still trying to bring their gun up. So hopefully you're going to be able to kill them before they even are able to raise their gun up. So you definitely just want to let them kind of rush into you, because it's definitely the best way to stay on your streak. I promise you. You might not want to camp, but I'm not saying camp. You definitely shouldn't ever just sit in one spot, but you need to control an area. You don't need to try to control the entire map. Just control a small portion of the map. which is what usually tends to be my problem. Is I want to control the entire map, and you can't do that because I'm, you know, like a lot of times I'll just kind of go from one area to the other. And here, this is what I call, this is, you know, kind of me camping here, because I wanted to just kind of sit there and let the time run out. I sat there and waited for like, you know, 20 seconds or something like that, because I just wanted the time to run out, because I wanted to, you know, wait and just kind of get my bearings, and then, like, you know, start again the next round, because I was right off my streaks, and I knew if I get my streaks I could go on to another kill streak. And you know, that system hack is very, very helpful in getting your kill streak or your kills, because I always use disable exosuits, and when you have an exosuit and they don't, it's a huge advantage, and that you are most likely gonna win the gunfight, because not only is their screen all messed up, but they also can't dodge and, you know, duck around and those kinds of things. And this is kind of like where I start getting a little bit more campy, because I know I kind of tend to stay in this area by C. And I move out a little bit, but I don't. You know, I'd move out. You know, pick one off, and then kind of run back to the C flag, because I didn't want to stay back in their area for too terribly long. But you know, it is, if you want to, you know, just kind of get a lot of kills in a short amount of time, you want to try to get that 30 bomb quickly. It's a very good idea to kind of stay in an area where I am. Like right here, I was in their spawn area, so they're kind of spawning right around me, and I had on threat detection. If you're gonna try to spawn trap, you gotta have on threat detection, because you're gonna know where they are the second they spawn, and it's so helpful, because, you know, it's not only, you know, gonna help you to kill them, it's gonna make them rage, and and when the enemy rages, you're much more likely to kill them, because they're just gonna kind of run at you. And when you make a person mad in Call of Duty, they're just gonna kind of run at you and try to kill you as quickly as possible, and that's gonna hurt them more than anything, because when they're running straight at you and you're just kind of sitting there waiting for them, you're gonna kill them. That's how it is. You're just gonna kill them. And camping their spawn is very annoying, and it's kind of something that was like something that was kind of, you know, looked down upon ever since Modern Warfare 2. You know, it's a good thing to do if you want to get a lot of kills, but it's also very annoying, and I can't stand when people do it to me. So I tend to try not to do it to other people, but there are times where, you know, I gotta do it. You know, you just have to do it. So you know, spawn camping is definitely a good idea if you're trying to get a high kill streak. So I think right there I hit the 30 kill, and I think that was the 30 kill. I'm pretty sure it was. So like you see, like, they're spawning right in front of me. That's one of the things that I hate about Advanced Warfare. The spawns are absolute crap. You can just look at their spawn and they're gonna keep on going there. Sadly, my teammate ended up running in there and taking it. I think that might have been Rob. He kind of just ran in and triple capped A, which I was hoping that he wouldn't do that, because I wanted to continue to spawn trap him. Probably, you know, eventually I would have been killed. Eventually they would have caught on to me, but I was hoping to spawn trap them for a little bit longer at least. And another great thing about threat detection is, you know, you're going to know exactly where they are at all times. And luckily, none of these guys are using low profile, so I knew where every single one of them was. And so this is when I started getting a little bit more campy. I kind of sit in this area, because since we were triple capping, the spawns become really sporadic when you triple cap, and you're never really sure where they're going to be. They're going to go wherever they can. Wherever the game can put them, they're going to spawn them there. So there's never one designated area where they spawn. So when you triple cap, you're going to have to really watch out, and that's one thing. If you're trying to go on a big street, you probably don't want to triple cap, because the spawns are going to be so crazy, they might just spawn right behind you. That's how the game is. It doesn't really care. The game doesn't really care if you're right there, but if you're kind of triple capping, they're going to spawn right there. This right here is my downfall. Like I said, do not press. I pressed that guy, and sadly I got prone blocked. I could have killed that guy. That guy was so dead, and I mean, I knew he was dead. That's why I pushed him, but I didn't expect to be prone blocked. That's one of the things that I didn't, you know, really think about, and that's what got me killed. You know, rushing him wasn't really the problem. I had him in the bag because I had threat detection on, and I got first shots on him, and he would have been dead had it not been for the prone block. What I probably should have done is I probably should have boosted to the side instead of proning, but I'm just so used to drop shotting that's, you know, what I tend to do, and sometimes I don't think about prone blocks. But anyways, guys, it's the end of the game. And I ended up on a 34 kill streak with the KF5 and the Warbird, and the rest of my team did pretty well. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna let you guys choose what you want to see tomorrow. So if you want to see a gun game episode tomorrow, then just tell me in the comments. Gun game for Advanced Warfare. And if you want to see another 30 kill streak with a different weapon tomorrow, then just tell me. So whatever you want to see, just tell me in the comments, and I'll post that tomorrow. If you don't tell me, I'll just post whatever. Anyways, guys, hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go check out my last montage. This is my second montage that I've made. And this has been CI Scarum, and I'll see you guys in the next one.